Ikhwan, when a person gets to a status or gets a seat or position, Allah sometimes blinds his sight. He cannot see. He said, I will stand next to Muhammad and nobody will harm him. And do you know why? Because his own family came to him and said, Abu Thalib, you are our leader and you are the one holding, us from harming Muhammad. So now if that's the case, you have only two options. It's either to tell him to stop and never to open his mouth to talk about our Lord, to talk about our deities. Don't let him do it anymore. But if you don't stop Muhammad, you and Muhammad will be kicked. And we're not going to deal with you anymore. And you're not going to be our leader. Ikhwan, the leader today doesn't care. Even things that he doesn't believe to be right, he will still do just to please people so that he can get a lot of votes. But this man refused. And he did. He said, well, you don't want my leadership, it's up to you. I'm with Muhammad, nobody will harm him. Ikhwan, we're not even talking about standing next to Prophet to say nobody will harm him. Here are the simple things that he asks you to do. You even prefer what you want over his teachings. That's why I said I doubt this kind of love. Do this simple thing, but you see, no, I don't like it. This is from Prophet ﷺ. Yes, I know, but I can't. A lot of Muslims, we like that. So at the end, the long story short, so that we can conclude, here's Abu Thalib. He gave up his position. And do you know, some historians, they reported that the cause of his death is because of the punishment that they applied on Prophet and his companions ﷺ, and that involved Abu Thalib as well, because he was in the Shi'b Makkah, no food, no nothing, and all is to support Prophet to teach the deen, but he did not accept it. And then Prophet ﷺ looked at him when he was about to die. Ya ammi qul la ilaha illallah. He said, uncle, just say la ilaha illallah. He looked at Prophet, he wants to say it, but Abu Jahl was there. Ya ammi qul la ilaha illallah. He didn't say it. This word, La ilaha illallah, you're saying it very simple and very easy. But Abu Talib couldn't say it. And Prophet said, I will ask Allah to forgive him. And Allah stopped Prophet from asking forgiveness. And then he made dua for Allah to lessen his punishment on the Day of Judgment. And then Allah answered that dua. So the only non-Muslim who will receive less punishment, Abu Thalib. So being from Prophet's family did not benefit him. And then Prophet said on the day of Qiyamah, from the plateau of his foot, meaning under his foot, in Jahannam Allah will place the fire, the bottom of his foot. But when the fire begins to boil, the bottom of his feet, he's gonna feel that boiling in his brain. When you burning somebody's feet and he's feeling it in his head, may Allah save all of us from Jahannam.